I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna get straight into it. People want to know where I got it and how much I got it for. So there's this piercing shop in Enfield Town called Underground. That's where I got all my piercings from, and that is where I got my tongue pierced. And all their piercings are £15, which is really good, apart from like pairs, so like nipple piercings, ear piercings, dermals and stuff like that. I'd say like pain wise, I have a really high pain tolerance. Like I love getting tattoos, I love getting piercings. So for me, on a scale of like 1 to 10, it was literally like a 1 for me. Didn't hurt at all. The process was just simple. You stuck your tongue out like this. So you'd have a paper towel underneath your tongue just to like soak up all the saliva. They'd clamp it, push the needle through it, and put a bar straight through. It didn't hurt for me. There was pressure when she was putting the bar in, but apart from that, I never felt no pain. Another question is why I got this piercing. I find this piercing like very nice to look at. I find it really attractive, and I've always loved like seeing it on other people. That is the reason why I decided to get my tongue pierced. When did I get my tongue pierced? In April 2 years ago. So it has healed, like it heals within a couple days, so it is completely like okay now. After I got my tongue pierced, it didn't swell up for about 2 hours. I had a lisp and I couldn't eat certain hard foods. A lot of people say it ranges from like 4 to 5 days to like up to a week, but mine took about 3 days, and then I was eating and I was talking fine. Okay, how do you change the bar? So when like changing my jewelry, I always have a short bar, so like this. So I always have a short bar. I did have a long bar at first, but then it got annoying when I was eating it and I'd find like I'd bite down on it. So I did change it to a short bar. So I don't wear plastic balls. I tried once, but I just found that I couldn't tighten them as well as I do with like metal balls. So I had one plastic ball which was white, and then I swallowed it on accident. I swallowed it because I couldn't tighten it as hard. So I swallowed it, and then I just went back to getting metal bars. To undo it, I'm not going to do it now because I don't have a change of bar with me, but you just unscrew the balls and pull it through, and push the new one back in and screw it back on. Sorry, I just look a bit oily. So now I'm going to give you guys 3 pros and 3 cons about having a tongue piercing. The first pro is that it's very, very attractive. It is hard not to want to stick out your tongue all the time in like pictures and snaps and stuff, because it's very, very nice to look at. The second pro would be that it's very fun to play with. After I got it pierced, it was very fun to play with. So like, it's not too obvious, and because it's in your mouth, like not a lot of people do see it unless you're trying to show it. It's like playing with the bar and playing with the ball. It was really fun. I still do that now sometimes. Just little stuff like that. The healing process, it doesn't it heals really quickly, but that could also be a con, because if you take the bar out and you leave it for like about a couple hours, it would definitely close up. The reason why I know mine is completely healed is because I had an operation where I had to take it out, and my operation was about 2 hours, and I basically put it back in straight away and it was completely fine. Cons of this piercing would be, number 1, the lisp and the swelling. It does swell up a bit. It swells all the way to the long bar that they initially pierce your tongue with. So, and that is a bit painful. It's not too painful, but it does hurt like underneath my jaw and just below right there. The second con would be stereotypes and the myths that are associated with having a tongue piercing.
The obvious.
And not everyone's like that. Not everyone that has a tongue piercing does certain things. Like, it's associated with like being a hoe and being a bad character, let's just say. Third con would be I have swallowed my piercing balls about 3 times whilst eating. It's never been while I've been like asleep. It's always been whilst I was eating, where it was left like untightened or like loose, should I say. It's very fun. As well as it's fun to play with, it's fun to like have, because there's so many different type of balls and jewelry. You can have coloured jewelry, metal jewelry, plastic jewelry, and they all look absolutely stunning. There's some tacky ones that I would never like have, no offense to the people that do have them, but for example like the pill, dices, alien, and the weed symbol, those are the things like I personally wouldn't go for. I just like the plain simple metal bar and the metal ball, and overall I think that it's an amazing piercing to have. I just love it. In pictures and stuff it does look really good. Those are the reasons why I think getting a tongue piercing is possibly one of the not, I wouldn't say best decisions, but one of the best decisions I've made with modifying my body. So other than my tattoos and stuff, that would be my favourite piercing. Like after you get the tongue piercing, it is essential that you keep your mouth clean. So I washed my mouth twice a day with non-alcohol mouthwash and sea salt and warm water. That just like cleared all the bacteria. And to be honest, your mouth is like self-cleaning as well, so it does heal if you take care of it. And make sure you don't take out the long bar too early, because if your tongue continues to swell, it can swell around the ball, and then it can become infected and you will need to take it out and you'll have a disgusting hole in the middle of your tongue. So make sure you take care of your piercing, not just tongue piercings but all your piercings, because if you don't, then your body's gonna look like really disgusting. I hope if you are deciding to get a tongue piercing, you do it, not just because like obviously people have told you that it looks good or people want you to do it, but because you wanted it. I thought about getting it done for like a few months before I did it. But funny story, didn't tell my mum I was going to get my tongue pierced at first. I told her I was going to get a piercing but I didn't know what to do yet. Then I turned up at the piercing shop and got my tongue pierced. Yeah, make sure you premeditate about like piercings and tattoos, because these are things that could potentially scar your body or like you will have for life. And that is the end of my video. I hope if you have watched it has helped you in some way or influenced your decision, hopefully in a good way. And that's a wrap at Life of Savs. I will be back with more content very, very soon. Make sure you are watching my previous videos, you like, you subscribe, you share, and comment if you love me. So thank you for watching, and I will be back.